In a quiet residential pocket of Faridabad, a house remains permanently padlocked and decaying. Neighbors give the property a wide berth. Even when the street is empty, the sound of heavy footsteps routinely echoes from within the boarded-up rooms. This local avoidance traces back to a single night years ago. After hearing a scream from inside, residents gathered at the porch and made a violent entry through the heavy front door. They found the interior completely hollow. There was no sign of a struggle or the occupant, only a single message left behind. Scrawled across a peeling wall in dried, dark blood was a single sentence. "Now this house is not mine, it is ours." The shift from singular to plural suggests a dark outcome. By claiming ours, the message implies Mayank was folded into the very history of the house. Mayank was an ordinary young man looking to live affordably in an expensive city. He found a property listed at a price far below the market rate and prioritized the financial savings over a background check on the home. Economic necessity often creates a blind spot. It can lead someone directly into a dangerous environment, ignoring the history attached to the walls. To understand how Mayank ended up there, we have to look back to the day he first acquired the deed to the property. This chart compares the house's purchase price to the Faridabad average. The gap is massive. Mayank's deal was a clear outlier. The low price was common knowledge. Neighbors explicitly warned him the house was not right, urging him to stay away. Mayank ignored them. He viewed their concerns as local superstitions rather than legitimate warnings about the property. Dismissing communal knowledge removed his only support system. By the time he moved in, he was physically and socially isolated from everyone else on the block. On his first night in the empty house, Mayank slept on a single mattress on the floor. The first disturbance occurred at exactly 3 a.m., a time often associated with heightened activity in local haunting lore. 3 heavy knocks sounded against the bedroom door. Mayank called out to the hallway, but no one answered. Moments later, the locked handle turned. The door unlatched and swung open, revealing nothing but the darkness of the hallway beyond. The physical barrier was gone. The presence in the house was no longer restricted to the shadows. It was now entering Mayank's immediate space. The events accelerated over the next few days. Heavy furniture began to slide across the floor without any physical contact. The terror became visual when Mayank looked into a mirror and saw a stranger's silhouette staring back at him, mirroring his every move. Every night, the same whisper echoed through the rooms, a soft voice stating, "This house is mine." Records show that years earlier, a previous owner died in the house under unexplained circumstances. His spirit remained, territorial and fixed to the architecture. This was not a random occurrence. Mayank was being targeted by a consciousness that refused to share its space with any living tenant. This brings us back to the night the neighbors forced their way inside and found the door broken. The territorial whisper of, "This house is mine," had evolved. The message on the wall had changed to ours. The plural phrasing marks the end of the struggle. The original entity claimed Mayank, merging his presence into its own to create a collective ours. Mayank disappeared completely that night. No physical evidence of his body was ever recovered by the authorities. He became a permanent extension of the house's inventory. He exists now as part of the structure, another layer of the building's dark history. The Faridabad property remains sealed to this day, exactly as it was left after Mayank's disappearance. The sound of 2 people walking, the phantom footsteps, continues every night, serving as a warning to anyone considering the property. Physical spaces hold on to the trauma of those who lived within them. Ignoring the warnings of a community for the sake of a bargain can carry a price that goes far beyond money.